Because you know what? Black women, with the ones that always have something to say about me being with a white woman, they never say anything about Serena and her, Williams and her husband, or Eve and her. Like any time a black woman's with a white man, they be like, "Get your money, sis." When I do it, I'm the scum of the earth. Have you ever had a question you wanted to ask the opposite race, but you were too nervous to ask?
I'm Turner Sparks.
And I'm Phil Duckett.
And this is Black and White Advice.
Where we answer all your questions about race, even the scary ones.
This is Black and White Advice.
You've got a question, but you're scared to ask. Just drop the boys a message, cause they're up to the task. They're rolling the dice, they ain't always nice, but you can't think twice when giving black and white advice. Black and white advice.
All right, so.
Yeah, we're going to start off with this segment.
Who said what?
Who said what is the name of the new segment we're going to do. We're going to say quotes of famous people throughout history.
Yes.
And you guess. I'm going to give you three. We're going to give each other three options, and then you guess. See if you can guess who said it.
Who said it? Three.
Yeah, three choices. It's a multiple choice.
And we have three questions.
Yeah.
Whoever gets the most point wins. All right, should I go first?
Absolutely.
The best and most beautiful thing in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. Who said it? Was it option 1, Stevie Wonder?
Okay.
Option 2, Rocky and Rocky 5. Option 3, Helen Keller.
Okay. Well, Rocky had major CTE by movie 5.
Yes, he was fighting in the street against a guy with AIDS.
Yeah.
So probably a bad idea.
What's that? Helen Keller was a deaf mute, so she couldn't talk, so we never knew what she was thinking. I got to go with the first.
Stevie Wonder?
Stevie Wonder. Ribbon in the sky.
Living for the city?
Yeah.
Incorrect.
Damn it!
It was Helen Keller.
How do we... Well,
She can probably write.
Well, that's going to be a white lie, I believe.
You don't think that's the truth?
But
Helen, according to the internet, Helen Keller said or wrote that. You're allowed to write quotes, right?
You are allowed to write that. And she said,
you're allowed to write that.
And I'm like, you can see.
The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. So
that sounds like a blind quote.
She can't see or she could touch.
You see what I'm saying? She couldn't even feel.
She couldn't touch? Was she a robot?
I don't know. We're going to stop talking about Helen. I don't know what she did.
Anyway, wrong answer.
I feel like, but we're going to check that. We're going to check Helen on that.
Was she blind? Because can I tell you?
Yes, she was a deaf mute.
Okay, deaf mute. Are you right on that, though?
I'm 100% right. That's basic history.
Can I tell you, in China, there's a sunglasses brand, and I swear to you, the name of the brand is Helen Keller. And I don't think she invented it.
Oh, she definitely is owed some money.
I don't think she flew to China.
I bet it's a hella brand.
And started a sun. But it is true that, blind people usually wear sunglasses.
But I feel like I respect the ones more that don't. They're like, I don't give a fuck if my eyes creep you out. I'm going to go raw dog.
Is Stevie Wonder blind?
You keep bringing this up and stop slandering this man. Yes, he's blind. I saw him shoot a free throw on TikTok. That motherfucker's blind. It went straight up and straight down. It was crazy as hell. I couldn't even believe he agreed
I've
to
seen
do that.
Shaq shoot free throws.
It made Shaq look like Steph Curry. It was fucking crazy. All right, my first one.
Here we go, baby.
There is nothing more painful to me at this stage in my life than to walk down the street and hear footsteps, then turn around and see somebody white and feel relieved.
Wait, there's nothing more painful to me. But so this person is acknowledging, I do feel happy when I feel relieved when I see a white person.
Yeah.
Because I'm scared of black people is the inference. But I'm ashamed of that feeling. So I have that feeling, but I'm ashamed of it.
That's how you took it.
Yeah, okay.
Your options are A, Michael Jackson, B, Dolly Parton, or C, Jesse Jackson.
Whoa. My only white option's Dolly Parton? I don't think she would say that.
You don't think somebody from old Grand Ole Opry would say some shit like that?
I mean, that is two white options. Come on. Michael Jackson.
You will not slander MJ on this podcast.
Like, is no one going to say this?
Well, can I ask you, was in this quote, the white person that they're seeing, is that a child? Because then it would probably be Michael Jackson.
I wasn't there, Turner.
If they'd be happy to see you.
You know what?
A white boy.
Y'all, first of all, I'm not doing this with y'all. Leave Mike the fuck up out of this. He was never found guilty of none of that shit. Here we go.
He built a Disneyland in his backyard and then was like, come on, children.
He was a fucked up youth. He wasn't banging them.
So are they all.
Macaulay
all the pedos.
Macaulay Culkin said he ain't never fuck him.
So that doesn't mean he didn't. I mean, like.
Well, if you gonna fuck a kid, Home Alone's the one to fuck. I didn't like how that sounded. I didn't like none of that.
All right.
We're going to move on. What are your
There's no chance it's Jesse Jackson. I guess I'll go Michael Jackson.
Wrong. You had to stick to your gut. It was Jesse Jackson.
It was Jesse Jackson?
Jesse said that.
What?
Jesse Jackson. Mr. Civil Rights himself.
What?
Yeah.
Isn't he? Oh, my. Wait, he was on the balcony when Martin Luther King got shot, right?
Yeah, for sure.
What is it? But he...
Because black people
These
scared.
people are all full of...
Not you people. Jeez. Turner.
These people. I mean, politicians.
You people
Politicians.
are out of control is what he just said. Let me tell you.
You said you want to have sex with Macaulay Culkin.
I did not say, but I said if that's...
You said if you were a pedo.
You go for the gusto. I mean, shit. I mean, of all the kids.
He's a good one.
We're so toast.
I mean, he was in My Girl, you know?
Come on, bro. He was Richie Rich. Come on, dog.
What are you, convincing me to have sex with him?
Again, you're not making me feel like I'm like the weirdo here.
You brought it up.
You brought up Michael Jackson and trying to and I was just saying Macaulay defended Michael's honor.
This is your defense of Michael Jackson.
Is it
Who
Macaulay?
wouldn't want to have sex with Macaulay Culkin?
He's got cock in his last name.
We want to talk about a dog leg left. This is taking so... Oh, go to your next question.
All right, next question. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose.
Dr. Seuss. Oh. Imagine if I just got it.
Ready?
Yeah.
Here are the options. Dr. Seuss.
Shut up.
That's one. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries.
What a change up.
Run DMC. Would you like me to read the quote again?
No, I got it. Run DMC.
Dr. Seuss!
Oh! I said it!
You nailed it. Yeah, it's a Dr. Seuss quote.
I felt that.
You talked yourself out of
I
it.
did, because I was like, you just added that because I said
Yeah, baby.
it. Wow. I mean, that was like shooting Steph Curry from deep. I drained that motherfucker and then took it back.
You didn't think it was House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries?
I definitely didn't think
His
that.
speeches rhyme. He's one of the great. He's
Does
like
he?
a great speaker. I don't want to
check
get.
him out sometime. I've never heard.
He's here in Brooklyn. He's the head. He's the whatever representative from Brooklyn.
Do you go to a lot of town hall meetings?
Do I go? I watch C-SPAN.
Not surprising. One bit. Not one bit. All right. Last one. Damn. So still tied.
Yeah, but I got my last opportunity here.
I know. That's
to
what
win.
I'm saying. I know because I blew it. Fuck. All right. Here we go. I know how hard it is to be a woman, especially a black woman. Your choices? Rachel
Dolezal.
Rachel Dolezal, RuPaul, Mike Tyson.
I know how hard it is to be a woman, especially a black woman. All right, well, Mike Tyson did spend time in prison, so maybe.
I hope he never hears this podcast.
Doesn't he said it when he came out of prison?
That he was a woman now that he came out?
No, but that he, you have to do what you have to do to survive. I don't know what his exact quotes were, but
no.
you don't remember that?
I don't.
He was screaming at somebody at a weigh-in, and he was like, "I've been to prison. I'll F you, tell you love me," or whatever he said.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
I remember when he said that. That was crazy.
Anyway, he got experimental in prison. So, but anyway, I'm just talking about, and then that's one, and then who was the other? Rachel Dolezal, who's the white lady who
identifies as black, and then RuPaul.
I'm gonna go with Rachel. My instinct was Rachel Dolezal. I was about to say it before you gave me the option. So
Well,
I'm
I
gonna
saw
go
you
with,
shot that out there.
I'm gonna go with her.
Wrong.
Oh! RuPaul. Wait, Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
No way! No way! Oh!
Woo!
Oh my god!
And we call that a draw.
We both talked ourselves
Out
out
of it,
the
out of
right
the
answer.
win. Out of the win.
You intimidated me though. You said he was gonna come kick my ass.
Well, I hope we get big enough for him to check us out. But I mean, yeah, I would let him totally whoop your dad.
What was the quote again?
That would be on our Patreon.
That is him fighting
Turner
me.
getting his jaw broken by Mike Tyson. Yeah, I know how hard it is to be a woman, especially a black woman.
I've been to prison. He said at the end.
He didn't.
Or I added that.
I think you might just added that.
Just go with your guts, guys, next time.
I mean, listen, we should have, and that's why I used to take my test in high school. I never studied. Always went with my gut.
How'd that work out?
2.0.
Pretty good.
Average.
We'll take it.
I'm an average guy.
C equals degree.
Come on now. You better talk that noise.
Yeah.
They don't ever ask for your GPA on your resume.
All right, that was Who Said What. We will be right back with some black and white advice. Hey, you want to get bonus content, early episodes, and have your questions answered on the show?
Well, then subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/blackandwhiteadvice and subscribe right now.
Do it, and we'll give you a shout out on a future episode.
And I might call you the N-word.
All right, we're back. Black and white advice question number 1.
This is my favorite part.
This is by far the best part.
This is my favorite part.
This is the whole show.
Yes, ma'am.
Ready? We're going to kick it off. Stacy in Washington, D.C.
Hello, Stacy.
How's it going, Stacy? She says, I'm a big and beautiful white woman who gets no attention from the guys at my predominantly white university.
Hate to see it.
That's too bad. Every time I go downtown, though, I get a lot of attention from the African-American gentlemen. What should I do? I feel like this is a question for Phil.
Well, we like our vanilla milkshakes thick, baby. Let me tell you something. You need to go where you appreciate it at, my snow bunny. Because here's the thing. You see it everywhere. You see it in every Walmart in America. All right. It's always a real big leg white gal with old skinny big dick brother. That's just how that thing go. You know why? Because we like I don't know why it is, and it probably goes back to slavery, for being honest. I don't know, because it's like the forbidden fruit to some men. My girl is white, but it's not because she is white. It's just met a girl who I actually like. But I have cousins who that's all they go for.
Only white women.
Only white, and it's like a trophy to them. Like it's like a thing of pride, and they're just like feel. I remember my cousin was like, "Dog, you gotta see this new little snow bunny I got." And she walked in, she was 6'3", 260 pounds. I was like, brother, that's a Yeti.
That's a woolly mammoth.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's a chupacabra, motherfucker. But no, but so that's what I'm saying. I don't care how, there's a man out there for you. Every time I see a big white woman who thinks she's ugly, there is always a black man in prison going crazy about her. So you got to play to your audience, baby.
A lot of times they'll marry. You know, like guys in prison can get married?
Yeah, dude, yes.
The Menendez brothers were in prison down the street from my house where I grew up.
Women go crazy.
They were getting married, and then they were divorcing the women, and they're in for life.
Bro, but think about it.
The
Just
lady
think about
who
it.
ran the pet supply store down the street was like every time we go in, she's like, I'm going to tell my husband about you. I'm like, it was Lyle Menendez.
Oh, see, yeah. And we're
I'm
like,
like,
I'm so scared.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. I don't know why. But think about it. Because even back then, think about how many women listen to True Crime podcasts now. Women like love that shit. Like they actually get turned on by it. Yeah. But the moment you fucking stalk them and follow them home, now they're freaked the fuck out. What? I don't understand. I thought you liked this shit. I've never, you know what I mean? I hate that. I'm like, you do understand these are real stories about real serial killers who terrorized real women. And here you are, it's like, I can't get enough.
Yeah,
it's
they're
like,
into it.
It's weird. It's strange.
Is the idea that they want to be, like, they want to be attacked?
No, they don't. No, I don't think I want to say that. I don't know. And I think in a sick way, some of these women, they're like, can you imagine that somebody loves them that much?
Oh,
like,
yeah, that's
you
what
know
it
what I mean?
is.
I think
Yeah.
that's what it is. Like the lengths he went through to prove his love. And you're like, he's sick, but you know what I mean? That's what it has to be some type of mental disorder.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what I think.
but then like every woman has it. I don't think it can be a mental
I think
disorder.
it's just a levels to it. Shit. I mean, not every woman takes as far as
Not every woman's
being
into it.
attracted to Jeffrey Dahmer. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But like some are.
Well, okay, but then Stacy is just saying
Stacey,
black guys are into her.
You got to party off campus more. Is what I'm. The
I
answer
think
to
you
your
gotta
question.
go. Yeah, you gotta lean in.
And honestly, Stacey, look on your Google Maps, see if there are any HBCUs in your area, historical black
go.
colleges. Go hang out on the yard, baby. I give it 6 hours. You'll be paying somebody's car note. Don't worry about it.
Baltimore has one, I think.
Baltimore definitely has. They got Bowie State. They got Morgan State. They got
Morgan State.
Maryland Eastern Shore. You were in the right area to find black penis.
Yeah,
Okay?
you're gonna do great.
You're a champion. Play like one.
Phil, how do black women feel about this though? All these good black guys getting
Joe's
taken away.
starting shit. Joe is so sorry. Listen.
Good
listen.
black guys. He's talking about guys in prison.
No, but they're gonna talk about them. But in general, like the interracial thing, like I catch a lot of heat for the interracial shit.
From who?
Black women, they're like, y'all just hate to be with sisters, and it's like, not really. I mean, you know what I
Okay,
mean?
let's
It's just
talk
like,
about this.
okay,
Do you ever get just black men ever give you?
fuck no, black men never
Okay.
trip. It's always black women. Always like there's some who don't, but even like my closest homegirls, they're like, you love white women, don't you? Like it's still like a thing. Or black women, even at shows, I'm like, I have a white baby mom. They're like, another one bites the dust. You know what I mean?
What did they? Is
That's
it
how I feel though. It's crazy. It is when I see white men with fine ass black women like taking all our sisters.
Oh, do you?
I say it in my head. I don't say it out loud, but I'm like, look at this.
I don't think
bullshit.
I've ever been protective of like a random white woman that I don't know.
Yeah, because y'all don't like them, but yeah, y'all don't even like the white women y'all like. So you're just
No,
like,
those people do, but I get the same
You
thing.
went Asian.
This
Of course
is what
you
I
don't
does. Yeah, my
care.
wife's Chinese, and I do the only time I will have like white women. Not often, but sometimes. Definitely when I used to live in China, the white women out there did not like it when you dated a Chinese woman.
White women in China got mad you were dating Chinese?
Yes.
Go back home, Karen.
Exactly.
What are you talking
Get out
about?
of here.
What the fuck does that? Yeah, how is that even a thing?
And it was the same. It was like some type of like you're taking. I mean, it's just like is the word racism? I don't know what the word is. You're
I don't
not.
know.
I thought intercultural relationships were supposed to be good.
They
Aren't
yeah.
they?
But
These
you
are
know-
like liberal white women who
See,
would
I
get
don't know
upset
what
by
their
this.
problem is. Yeah, I don't know what.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I think for y'all, and I think they think it's a fetish, so that's why they.
Yeah,
possibly
but that's just a racist way of saying I don't like interracial dating.
exactly, yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, but
I like how we're
I know.
preaching to the choir
Yeah,
here. We're
but
both
I'm
on the same
I'm like,
team.
yeah, I know, but because you know what, black women with the ones that always have something to say about me being with a white woman,
Mm-hmm.
they never say anything about Serena and her Williams and her husband or Eve and her, like any time a black
yeah.
woman's with a white man, they be like, get your money, sis. When I do it, I'm the scum of the earth. So it's like, I don't know what you want.
I like
from
how
me.
Serena Williams
Yeah.
needs somebody else's money.
Right, but
She's
he
doing
has
fine.
way more than her. He's a billionaire.
Oh, really?
Her husband, she married a
I
billionaire.
was wondering because I saw him and I'm like, that
yeah,
guy?
he's a billionaire.
He's just like a skinny nerd,
tech
right?
guy. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, you know,
Okay.
he has way more money than she does. That's how you know.
That's when the guy has like is totally out of shape.
Yeah.
Whenever it's like a super in shape woman and just like a slob of a guy,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, he's
She's
rich.
like, oh, he just sees me.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
All right. Go for it, Stacy. Next up, Frank in Atlanta.
Oh, ATL. What up, Frank?
I'm a black guy who took my wife, who's also black, to a comedy. Good for him.
Good for him is good for him is crazy. Good for him.
Now I get the black women on my side.
Way to keep the bloodline pure, Frank.
I'm a black guy who took my wife, also black, to a comedy show. Oh, in Manhattan. Okay, so they were like on vacation. All the comedians were white, and we didn't laugh at all, even though the rest of the crowd was losing their minds. Are we racist? That's the question we had the whole flight home.
I'm gonna say absolutely not. Comedy is subjective, so what
Yes.
you don't find funny and other people do, that's just based off your life experiences and how you view the world. You might not be able to see the humor from that perspective. It has nothing to do with you being racist. What's funny and what's racist, that's now, I don't think what you find funny can make you racist.
I agree. I also think there's a tendency sometimes in white comedy. I'm gonna call. No one ever talks about white comedy. People are like, oh,
Well, it's because it's called comedy.
the black rooms, the
They
Latino
call
rooms, the
urban
Asian rooms,
Urban
rooms.
is what they call black, and comedy is
Yeah,
white comedy.
but nobody ever talks about white comedy. But white comedy, I call white comedy Brooklyn comedy. Well, I call Brooklyn comedy white comedy, right? Like we're in a basement of a bookstore, and all the jokes. If you're not going to get the punchline if you haven't seen the newest episode of Deep Space Nine or some like nerd show, but then they give the nerd. The whole point is to be an inside thing. It's like, or the joke, or the punchline is like you had to read the New York Times today to get it. And what they're trying to do is create this world of like, oh, if you don't get it, it's because you're not smart enough. You didn't see Deep Space Nine. You didn't see Star Trek season 4, episode 6. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I see what you're trying to say, but I don't think that's the answer to what they're saying. I think what they're just really afraid to say that I'm going to say is most black people don't find white folks funny. And that's just kind of how it goes. I think you got to be a super funny white dude for black people to like you and think you're funny. We don't because y'all's humor is so much different than y'all's, all that cock and ball farting humor shit. We just ain't really here for it a lot of times. You know what I mean? You know, it's just sack tapping and all that type of shit.
What type of tapping?
You know how white dudes in high school slap you in your scrotum and shit when you're walking by.
Yeah.
So y'all find that shit hilarious. That'll get you beat the fuck up in a black school. Like,
do you know what?
You know what I mean?
Do you know what I found that doesn't work?
What?
When comedians go up and they do some self-deprecating, I'm gay, even though they're not gay.
I feel like that's mostly white. Kind of like,
That's
I'm
what
gay.
I mean.
Oh yeah, I
White-
hate myself. I'm gonna kill myself if you guys don't laugh.
Yeah, and then the crowd, and then the I've seen it with black audience be like, fine, kill yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, what do we care?
Yeah, and so.
And
yeah.
then whenever it's like a white guy and he's doing the like, so I blew him or something, you know?
Oh, whenever they get uncomfortable, so they get super gay.
And the black crowd's like,
Wait, let me tell you something. You want to turn a black crowd's ear off?
Yeah.
Say some wildly gay shit that ain't
Yeah.
really like necessary for us to know. It's one thing to be gay, but you're like, so then I jacked all 6 of them. They're gonna boo you out the fucking room because we ain't here for that shit.
I don't mind the boos. I liked it because first of all, I don't do that material. So I'm happy. I love watching other people get booed by black audiences.
They don't. Yeah, if you're gay, you can talk about being gay, but you start getting into like graphic detail of how you've done such deeds. Black rooms really and the thing is, I'm talking about black rooms where it's gay people. I've been in black rooms where it's a lot of gay people in the audience, and the dude on stage was doing those jokes, and he was like, and the gay dude was like, that's that gay ass shit. Like, and he was gay. He was like, shit, this shit too gay even for my ass. And I'm like, you see what I mean?
He like got up and sashayed out of there.
It's funny as shit when gay dudes be like, he crossed the line. I'm like, okay, so it's not just me sometimes where I'm like, this is a lot.
Yeah, but I know what you mean when the guy, it's just like jerk off material.
Yeah.
But I don't, honestly, I will say this. I don't think like most audiences are totally down with that, but white audiences don't boo. The boo is what I enjoy.
You know?
I think some people deserve to be booed.
Have you ever gotten the key jingle?
No.
Oh.
What's the key jangle?
When you're doing bad, they don't boo because they quit booing. Booing's evolved. A lot of places don't boo. So now if you don't like it, they have your keys on the table, you jingle your keys. So
And that means like
so
next.
the entire room is jingling their car keys.
Oh no.
Time to go.
Has that happened to you?
Not to me, but I've been in rooms where it's happened to people.
Oh no.
And that's always, I laugh. Like when I get nervous or embarrassed, I laugh. So I'm in the back screaming, laughing because I'm so like I have secondhand embarrassment. I'm like, oh, just get off the stage.
What does the comedian do? Do they just leave?
Yeah, they get off the stage. Everybody's
So you don't finish your act.
Some
you don't power
try,
through.
but normally, it's normally why then the host comes on. He's like, yeah, at the black rooms, the host will come on like, give me the mic back.
Sandman sweeps him off.
Yeah. I've been in those in Atlanta, especially. If you go to Atlanta, that's where I definitely was. They had a gong on stage.
That's so
and that
awesome.
and I did not get gonged, but the dude before me got gonged in 30 seconds. I almost puked on the way up the stage.
And what happens like if the first bit doesn't hit?
This dude was literally in his intro, barely saying they didn't like his voice. 30 seconds, boom, boom. And the thing what made me so sick is the guy.
Who decides, the bong guy, or is there
the crowd started jingling their keys? So when there's enough keys started jingling, that's when you get the gong. So the crowd's telling if they want to keep hearing you tell
that
jokes.
has to be the worst.
Especially when you've only been doing comedy 5 months. You're like, what is this?
Yeah,
shit?
you just get gonged every time.
Yeah. And so it was just.
Was there anybody who's like, yeah, for the first 4 years, it was just gong after gong after gong?
I don't know. I only performed there once. I went to the white rooms after that.
After that. Because you can bomb in like regular rooms or at open mics, and you can kind of, you might be like early in comedy, you're like the first jokes don't work, and then you might get them by like the third or fourth.
Yeah, yeah.
And you don't really get them, but for you get them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
looking back, you bombed the whole time. But you're
It's
like,
our
no, I
time.
got 8 people to laugh on that one joke.
because you see the progress.
But
from
if you don't
zero.
even have a chance to get there, if you're just getting gone,
you can't even work on the bits. You got what I'm saying. You got to go to like.
That's
a
what I'm
white
saying. You don't even get to try out
trial
the
by
new-
fire. Yeah, either it's good or it's not. Yeah, no. So that was I'm with y'all. It doesn't make you racist, Frank. You just got to find what you like, and like there are some really funny ass white comedians I find. I mean, like Bill Burr for me is like probably one of my favorite comedians, not just white.
He talks about, I think, I've seen him do like kill in front of black crowds.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
While talking about black culture, but not in like a hack way.
Well, that's because he's married to a black woman,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
he
I guess
understands how to do it, and he's just talking about his life. So it's not like he's trying too hard. He's talking about black church and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Here's my question: is you say that black audiences? Did you say they're tougher, or did you say
black audience are
with
tough.
white? They don't like white a lot of times.
No, black artists are tougher for any
White comic.
black comic, white comic. They're tougher. Crowds.
Okay, but what kind of comedy is it like? Because I think that, to me, the type of comedy the white comedian that doesn't work for a black audience is what you said. It's either like the sexual stuff, or it's the guy who just stands there and tells one-line jokes without energy.
The dry.
The dry thing.
Yeah.
Is it you got to give them a show? It's like, hey, we paid for a show. Give us a show.
I think they appreciate authenticity too.
They
so
do.
if you're just doing jokey jokes,
Hacky sack shit. They also know that too. Yeah, they just
Hacky sack shit.
yeah, they want the real. They want the real you. And the thing is, if it is funny and genuine, but yeah, the one-liner, the dry, because another thing about black rooms, urban rooms, like when you're in the clubs downtown, they got security, everything. You can't talk during the show. They'll ask you to leave. Yeah. There is no security in the black rooms unless you're full out fighting. But if you're having a conversation at your table, most of the time there's nobody there telling them to shut up. So if they don't find you interesting, the table talk just gets louder and louder as you feel people losing interest. Dude, so you can always tell if you're killing, because in a black room, if you're killing, everybody's locked in. It's silent. They're listening everywhere you say. The moment you start not doing well and they think they're funnier than you, girl, so anyway. And
that's the problem.
Yeah. And
you just land on the problem. The problem is, I found in New York City, a lot of times the audience is funnier than like every office has somebody who's hilarious. Right. And that doesn't happen all the time. Like, whatever. And if you're in like Indiana or something.
Right, correct.
So a comedian comes through town, that's the funniest thing you've ever seen.
Right.
Because you're used to like people being prim and proper.
Exactly.
And like, how you doing, sir? Hey, nice to see you. But then when you're in an office, when you're watching a comedy show and you're like, half the people I know in my family are funnier than this person. Yeah, you turn around.
Exactly. And that's where it gets tough.
All right, so he's not a racist.
He's not. Y'all ain't racist.
Lena in Tampa, Florida. Oh, we were kind of talking about this before. This is interesting, though. Lena in Tampa, Florida, she asks, like Phil and Turner, I'm also in a biracial relationship. My husband is white, and I'm from India. When people meet me, they always assume my husband is Indian, and they ask questions where it's obvious. They ask questions like, how long have you all lived in America? Who cooks the better Indian food, you or your husband? Stuff like that. How soon into a conversation do you two mention that your spouse is not your race? And how soon should I mention it? I'm going to say immediately.
You lead with that? Hi, my wife's Chinese.
Hey, what's up? My wife's Chinese. Well, if I'm in Chinatown and I'm trying to get this sign, yes, it's the first thing I say. If I'm trying to ingratiate myself to whoever I'm talking to, of course. Yeah, my wife's Chinese. What's up? How are you?
Damn.
I'm Turner. Ni hao, baby.
See, that's how you do it? No, I hide her to the last minute. They make her pop out in blackface.
It doesn't, but okay, so from my point of view, it makes me more interesting. The worst thing to be in America is like a boring white guy.
Yeah.
Right?
It adds some flavor to your
I
blood.
already look like a boring white guy.
So
people think, my wife is Jennifer and we live in the suburbs.
Right.
And I coach my kids' soccer team.
And you want them to know, like, hell nah, we eat pig brain and walk the Great Wall.
I eat pig brain. I wash it down with duck's blood soup. Oh, this is my life.
It gave me chills.
So I'm trying to make myself more interesting immediately. I feel like people are interested when you walk in the door.
Yeah, I don't really.
You
Yeah,
got a nose ring.
I
You're a black guy.
I try to keep church and state separate. If people ask, I'll let them know, or they see a picture of my kid. You know what I mean? But I normally don't be like, hey, because like I said, especially I feel like for me as a black man, there's nothing to be ashamed of. But like some of my people, they don't see it as so if it's like I'm flaunting, I have one like my girl white, like it would come off very like self-hatred, like it was like you just love white. It does. So no, I couldn't just lead with that. Like I got a white woman.
But what if you're talking to a white person? Hey, don't worry, my wife's white. Do you ever say that?
No, white people are naturally comfortable around me due to my upbringing.
That's true.
So I don't really have to even break the ice normally. Normally the golf shirts do it for me.
It doesn't get you a discount anywhere, like at Mervin's or something.
Mervin's? What the fuck is Mervin's?
Macy's? I was trying to.
I'm like Mervin's.
You didn't have Mervin's growing
What
up?
is that, a seafood space for black people? You had to go to Mervin's?
Mervin's is like the Macy's for super
Get you
white
some
people.
crab legs from Mervin's?
I think it went out of business.
No, I'm like Macy's. Okay. No discount. But no, I don't. Yeah, I'm trying to think. If I'm like running my credit, I tell them she's white.
There you go.
Yeah, that's probably about it. But
But do you ever? But people assume you're white. Your girl's black.
people are so shocked I even have a girl.
That's true.
Yeah, so they're just
I
like,
kinda
holy
was.
shit. Yeah, people are like, yeah. so I don't know. But then they find out, they're like, no, I can see that.
All right. Well, for Lena in Tampa, my advice, I would do it. Why not? Do it right away. Yeah, because I get
You
it.
can drop subtle hints where you don't, you know what I mean? Like where she don't even like, he don't like to put salt and pepper on his food. And, you know what I mean? They'd be like, oh, he's not Indian. You know what I mean? Like you can like leave.
Do you have any more potatoes? My husband's coming.
Right, exactly. We have a charcuterie platter today.
Unsalted.
Tom really loves cheese. Like it's just people would pick up on it, especially Indian. Yeah. Because you know what's crazy? I don't see Indians with black people. When you talk interracial, like Indians,
Kamala Harris is half black, half Indian, isn't she?
that's what they're saying.
That's the one. Maybe they should do it more often. You might become
That's
the
what-
first woman president.
Maybe because I'm like, yeah, they say she is. I mean, I think so.
And then there's
she went to a black college, but I'm saying, but think about it. She's the first one in ages.
Yeah, it's not a normal combo.
They don't because Indians think we're lazy.
Is that what it is?
Hell yeah, them niggas is racist as shit. They do not fuck
There's
with
the one
us.
comedian. What's her name? I forget. There's a New York comedian. She's half Indian, half black.
Oh, Ayanna Dookie.
Exactly.
But she's from the Caribbean, and so it's like different island.
Oh, there's Caribbean Indian people
Yeah,
that
so
speak like.
she's West Caribbean or something, like, you know what I mean? Like she's
Yeah,
like, yeah.
okay.
So she's black, but it's not like American or like African, I guess.
Is that what it is? Is it Indian people come over here?
And buy up all the Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, come on.
Low blow, Phil. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. It's so Oh,
And yell at their black employees? Is that what happens?
I'm sorry. It just came out.
There's natural enemies almost.
Yeah, I mean, the
Yeah.
thing is, they
More
kinda,
rivals.
They kind of don't, because in our head we like they act like they better than us, and we look at them like y'all just as dark as we are. You just got white people hair.
Well, you know why that's interesting? In England, they call Indian people black. I think Indian people call themselves black. What was the question? Oh, yeah. When to tell people her husband's white? I'm going to say, me, I'm right away. I'm an open book, especially if it's getting me something for myself.
If I can gain something from
That's
it,
what I
of
mean.
course I would use it.
Yeah.
But I just don't know of me just walking out like saying that because that's not her identity. So it's like I would just be like my wife, and then then eventually, because like who the fuck would it like change anything if they knew? That's what I want to know.
I think it's only helpful to white people.
Right? Like would it
Yeah,
change?
because it
anything?
makes us seem more like, oh, you're one of you're not a racist or something.
Right.
And then also suburban white people find it interesting. Ooh, wow, oh wow, can she help me cook? Can she come over? Woo.
First thing, can she help me cook? Is crazy.
That's 100% of the time. Oh, and then it always leads to a story. I went to Hong Kong once or something.
We want to have pad thai night. Like, bitch, I'm Chinese.
It's always that. Tell her to come over and cook for us. I'm like, what? She's
What
like,
the
no.
fuck?
Oh, all
you
the
see,
time.
this privilege of that. See if she'll come cook for. I'll
Yeah.
pay
Oh,
her.
there's a lot of that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad it ain't just us.
I will say this: she is a cooking instructor, so it does make
make
sense.
sense. I would still be offended. What the fuck? Why would you just assume she come cook for you?
All right, do we have time for one more? Yeah, let's do one more. And then we have a new segment to close the show with.
Oh, yeah.
At the very end of this, we're gonna.
Let's do it.
All right, last one. Tony in the air. I'm on a flight from San Francisco to New York City. I love Tony. He emails us.
He paid the money to email.
Maybe it's Delta. You get it for free.
Oh.
He's emailing us from the air. I don't know for a fact, but or else he paid. Maybe he's rich. Tony in the air. I'm on a flight from SF to New York City, one of the longest flights on Earth, and I decided to take a nap. When I woke up, there were Caucasian toes. So I'm assuming Tony's black. There were Caucasian toes from behind me on my armrest. Now, if I react how I want to react, then I'm the angry black man. How would you diffuse the situation without getting on a no-fly list?
Depends on how bad I need to fly, Tony. I might get on the list. Because there's just some lines here, okay? There's just, you got to have.
Have you had this happen before?
Never toes, like, by my, like.
I've had it multiple times.
By my face, first of all, I'd probably break one of their
like
fucking
the
toes.
person sitting behind you puts their feet up on your kind of armrest thing. I've had this a number of times.
I would turn around so quick I'd get whiplash. I'd be like, are you out of your fucking mind? And I would look at him just like that. And the thing is, I think a stern black man, when you're looking like, are you out of your fucking mind? They would, but if they didn't, I don't know, bro. I would probably
100% that would work.
Yeah, I would probably, because the thought of getting athlete's foot on my elbow or something like that, it's just like sending chills down my spine. Like because it's like, who raised you? Like, where the fuck is this acceptable? Even like home training. Why would you put your feet in somebody's personal space?
I'm not even 100% sure taking your shoes off on an airplane is okay.
First of all, shut up. I do that every time. But I have socks on. And my feet are under the seat. So it's not like
I guess the air is circulating. So it's fine.
Yeah.
I've had this happen multiple times.
Raw toes, though, is crazy, Turner.
Raw toes is
Raw
gross.
toes is fucking
okay, so that you draw the line at socks.
That's what I'm saying. And the thing is, if it was socks and they started touching me, I would probably elbow them or I would turn around and be like, hey. But if it was a raw toe, a toenail that touched my skin, I think I'm going on that list.
You're going on the no-fly list?
There's a chance. How long does that last? A year?
Here's what I do.
I could greyhound
yeah, you're out in a year.
I could greyhound it for
You're
a
in and
year.
out in a year. It's easy.
What if it's a chick and she's smoking hot?
Put the toe in your mouth. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I invade your space as well?
You just go for it.
Well, she's already put the toe in your space. So it's like, oh, I thought that was my toe.
You might as well do the yes and just jump in. You do the
Yes, and
improv rule.
Suck a big toe is crazy. Let me tell you, you will be getting on that no-fly list and a couple other lists when they land.
I've had it happen before. I do what you just suggested. I turn around and do the, excuse me. And it's as tough as I can be, which is not that tough. But it always works. Like, oh, sorry about that.
I feel like you like give them the guns like, hey, pal.
No. I get upset. I get mad sometimes.
The thing is, you're such a nice guy. I feel like when you get mad, it's really mad. You turn,
I flip.
And you turn like really red.
I do. I flip. A little rage
he's like-
in there
he's
that I'm
like-
holding down.
Daggone it!
Gosh darn it.
Shucks!
Here's what I want to say, though.
Fiddlesticks.
Is the idea, because, Tony, he's worried because I don't want to be the angry black man. Okay?
That's true.
Here's
flying, and we don't know what you're flying, because if you're flying United, they definitely going to put your black ass off the flight. So, I don't know.
Here's my thing, though. I don't think in the air, I don't think people see black men as the major threat. The major threat is clear. When's the last time a black guy hijacked an airplane?
Fair point.
Right?
Fair point.
The one we're all looking out for is the dude in Hamas. That is. Am I wrong? That's who everyone's looking. They're not looking out for.
That's who the black people are looking out for. The white people are looking out for anybody that's not white.
That's not true.
I'm telling you.
The second dude in a full on, a Hamas dude jumps in the air and starts yelling. Even if he has a feet next to him, I would advise him just to let it go.
So if a Hamas dude, if one of them motherfuckers puts his yellow toenails on your seat.
No, then I can do whatever I want. What I'm saying, I'm giving advice to Mr. Hamas here. And I'm saying if he's minding his own business in 23B or 23A and a white woman puts her toes up next to him, he needs to mind his P's and Q's.
Yeah, he should just not say anything.
Because the second he raises his voice,
they're like,
he's
hey,
getting thrown out the side of the airplane. No
think so?
parachute. Yeah. But I think that on the airplane, black people and white people are natural allies.
We have never been natural allies.
We're in the air.
Since the history of mankind.
Do you disagree with me?
Yes, I do. Because we're always seen as threat no matter what. I don't have to be doing shit ever. Literally don't have to be doing shit. And we can just get into a disagreement. I don't know. I've had the cops be like, sir, why are you raising your voice? You're like, I'm not raising my voice. Well, no need to get all aggravated. You're
but
like,
this is on Earth. I'm talking about.
they're even more scary when you're 30,000 feet in the air. The U.S. Marshals, they don't know. So they're going to put you in cuffs just to make sure everybody's
You have
calm.
never had. You've had a U.S. Marshal attack you?
Not me.
We don't even
personally.
know who the U.S. Half the time, aren't they black?
I don't know where you get your. I can't wait for this last
There are-
section. The last section of this podcast today, I just want to go down the list.
What? There's no black U.S. Marshals?
I'm sure there are somewhere. You've seen the movie with Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, that's my point.
But, no. I don't know.
So on the list of people are scared to fly with.
Okay, scared to fly with, I'm putting any Middle Eastern up there. I'm just going to be honest with you. They're my top for me. Like, I just always keep a side eye out.
That's everyone.
I look for any extra silverware they pull out. Make sure it's foldable plastic.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But then
Do
for
you think
me,
you're second?
yeah, I think whites would put me second, like black folks second. But for us, black people, I think it's Middle Eastern, white people. Then because think white people like. A couple of y'all tried to open up the doors lately on these flights on the inside. Have you seen?
I agree. White people are up there.
Y'all starting to
Yeah.
really reach
That's
them.
actually people are losing their minds.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, and then they blame it on the shrooms and edibles. I'm like,
There's a lot of white people getting kicked off flights recently.
and that's what I'm saying. This is really it's a close race right now.
It's a dead heat.
Yeah, we got us a game. So I'm like, I'll be interested to see if you guys are the next big attackers.
Well, don't look at your public schools.
Oh well, buddy. You guys got that on Monopoly.
That's
lock,
us.
all right?
That's all us.
School shootings is a white privilege.
Now in a school, we look out for everyone's looking out for the white kid.
Yeah. Oh no.
In the air, it's the Middle Eastern, and then on the streets, it's the black guy.
I think that's a fair list. A fear list.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right, that's the show.
White. Yeah, I like it.
I think we've solved it.
We've solved racism.
Now,
Don't let Middle Easterners on flights, and don't let white children in schools.
and don't let black people walk down the street.
Boom. I think we got it figured out.
Mexicans, I don't know what we'll do with them.
We need the houses. All right.
All right, final segment.
Oh shit.
We have one last segment now.
White lies
White lies.
and dark truths.
So this is brand new and dark truths. This is at the request of my wife specifically, but I think everyone's on board here. The idea being that we need a fact checker on this show. We're shooting from the hip every episode. So Joe Russell is here, producer Joe, in the house.
Sitting right where he's at. And we need to know, Helen Keller was a blind mute. Definitely.
Tell us what was a lie, what was a fact, what did we get right, what did we get wrong?
So I really only got one for you guys.
Okay.
Phil said that Indian people move here and buy up all the Dunkin' Donuts. I looked that up. That is not true. They actually just buy up all the Subway restaurants.
Oh, that is true. The Subway down the street. It's a good franchise.
I think, isn't it the same chain? Same owner.
No, you're thinking of Taco Bell, Pizza Hut.
I think I've seen them both.
KFC.
Oh, damn it.
KFC,
Okay.
Taco Bell, Pizza Hut. Wait, Subway. Oh, I know what you mean. Like on the side of the freeway or the highway.
all the
there's the
Dunkins.
split. Isn't it like a Togo's?
Something, yeah.
It's like a Togo's Dunkin'.
Saying.
It might be a rival sandwich shop.
But great job today, guys. There's not that many, inaccuracies here. So.
Pretty
Thank
good. We
you.
nailed it.
I told you. Hey, what an episode. It was great talking to y'all. Love you motherfuckers out there. I think that's it.
That's it. Peace.
You've got a question, but you're scared to ask. Just drop the boys a message, 'cause